black one. I got the black MagnOpus Trading tee. Well, not tee, but polo shirt. You know, we coming here. We coming for business. We coming about business. Yeah. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's go ahead and get straight to it. Let's go ahead and get straight to it. Let's go ahead and throw out the my video, my channel. Let's go ahead and throw out the link to the chat. Remember, you want to join the Discord? Just go ahead and hit me up. Quickly copy that before I start freaking straight out. To it. There we go. And then let's find the Discord. Boom. All right. Go ahead and close the Discord. You guys being nosy? You guys being nosy over there? All right, let's go ahead and figure out what is making our computer. What we don't need so that our computer doesn't move slow. We don't need Discord anymore. We don't need Dropbox anymore. Hmm. Don't need these. Free up some space, man. Free it up, free it up, free it up, free it up. Don't hide now. WhatsApp. All right, that should be good, right? I don't know what these is. Just want to be careful not to close the wrong one. All right, boom. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and do what we do. We just go ahead and figure out what the news is saying today. That's all right, guys. Like I said, we had a lot of news for this week, jam-packed news. So it's a lot of volatility, a lot of liquidity, a lot of movement going on all markets, whether it's stock markets, forward markets, crypto markets. As people getting back into the markets. Hopefully later on in August, I believe a safe time will be the August 15th would be like the people are coming back from summer and stuff like that. I think. And then the liquidity be back in the markets. But as you can see, the liquidity look like it's coming back pretty soon. But it's NFP week. Always usually some liquidity out here, especially because there's news events. All right, today is going to be July 31st, the last day of July. Um, uh, so we have news at 8:30. Core PCE price index, employment cost index, unemployment claims. All right, like I say every day, and I'm going to continue saying every day, we do not use news to tell us what direction the market is going to go to. We do not use news to figure out how we're going to trade. We just use news to time when there will be liquidity in markets. Since we trade at 8 a.m. every day, we know that around 8 a.m., since we have news at 8:30, we probably won't get into a trade until closer to the 8:30 time, 8:15 time. But that's a probability. We might get in there earlier, we might get in there later. Um, it's all up to what the market's gonna do. But at 8:30, we're gonna see how news is going to affect our trade. And then well, tomorrow I'll just talk about NFP. I'll just save that speech for tomorrow. So yeah, today we have news at 8:30, so that's all we gotta watch out for. Now we're gonna open Forex VPS, which is forexvps.com, which is also a sub company of IC Markets, which I have one of my accounts on. Open up the server. I don't know what they're talking about updates, because if you update the computer, that computer restart, everything's gone. I don't know what they're talking about. Update these nuts. Alrighty, alright. So first thing that we're gonna do is just make sure that algo trading is on, our blue hat is on, our settings are correct. I just came off of ChatGPT, and I believe they said I have to change my risk reward to 2.75, and that's going to bring my TP one pip below, um using the 16 pip stop loss now, as well as the 6 pip open price buffer, where instead of opening the price at 5 pips above and below um the 8 a.m. candle price, is now 6 pip above and below the 8 a.m. candle price, especially because of the news events. We want to allow um We want to allow markets a little bit of space, especially because they're gonna widen spreads. So put us in the market. So it's not gonna. We don't want a top of 5 pips. We want to move of 5 pips or more to get us into the trade to confirm that it actually is a true entry and not one of those tap and reverse entries. As well as we want our stop loss 1 pip below the original location, which is the original 15 pips, allowing the spread to go ahead and not take us out in case it just want to reverse. What else? What else we got over here? First reward 2.75. We got that. All the other settings are correct. Let's go ahead and move on to IC markets. All right. We don't need this one at all. Close that. All right, we're on IC markets. Blue hat is on. Green triangle. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. We're gonna put that properties. Put that TP to 2.75. And then when it executes, I'll be able to look at it and see where it's at. If I need to make any adjustments, if it's incorrect, I'll go ahead and make those adjustments if necessary. There we go. And then I want to monitor this one again because it was supposed to manage the position, but it didn't. So I'm gonna check this one out one more time, and then if not, I'm going to figure out why it's not working. All right, I do want to open this up and let me see. Figure out where the spread is. It don't look like we have any spread right now. Not much of a spread right now. We don't have much of a spread on either or, but once we get around like 820 and stuff like that, you'll be able to see the spread in the meantime. Let's drop down to the 15. Maybe it's the times, yeah. Drop down to the 15 minute. All right. Let me make sure that you guys can see everything properly over here. All right, that should be good. Let's let it settle because it slowly shifts a little bit, so I gotta wait till it settles. I'm talking about the TikTok camera. And yeah, now I got black on this, and I got a black let me see. I take this out. Let's see how don't look crazy. Yeah, I'm look crazy. Yeah, I'm straight up. I'm straight up. Let's leave the braids down. Let's leave the puppies now. All right, we are suited and booted. We are ready. Um, Make sure I got ready before getting on the chart, so we're not scrambling. We're not having no brain farts or anything like that. Make sure I put a pen over here because I don't know why I keep. Oh, I guess the breeze or the fan keep making it change pages on me. All right, so we got that ready. Got that ready. Got the scissor. Got the scissor. All right, guys. And in the meantime, let's go to TradingView and let's go to TradingView and let's see what's going down. We could review what happened yesterday, though. All right, yesterday. Look at what happened yesterday, man. In terms of my strategy, there would be we had too much of a drawdown in the short term for me to be able to hold it with a drawdown of let's see how much they reverse. It confirmed reversal around here. We probably would have got around out around this area right here, which is like maybe 10 more pip. Well, let me double check. So 1, 10, 20, 30, 40. We got out around here. Yeah, about 50. Yeah, about like 15, 5 to 15 more pips. I don't know. And then it came back. It tried to go down. Then it came back. Oh my goodness, and my phone was going off. The fluctuation that it did in a minute's time around this time was crazy. It was just bouncing up and down, bouncing up and down, bouncing up and down. The notification I was getting on my phone was crazy. So we probably retraced about 50% of the position. And then we end up going back another down more. I think that's about 100 pips down. So we got from the 8 candle open, we got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. Let's keep going. This would have been a monster trade right here, bro. 110. This is gonna be 120. Around 120, 120 something pips. But it's around 150 pips in that session alone. So we got a lot of liquidity. And I think when I see moves like this, especially on a Wednesday, and we probably gonna have a similar move on today, this is where I believe NFP is gonna be like a whipsaw because these type of clean moves like that, um, they're not gonna give you all because a lot of traders. Actually, you should have seen the amount of people that trade USD that was posting. So the amount of traders amount that actually made money during this move, even on gold as well, they're all out. So now they have money, they're active, and they're gonna be trading whether today or tomorrow. And that's dumb money. Let dumb money come out, over leverage, and then be crazy, and then they're gonna take your bread. Give you money in the short term, give you some ecstasy. Not ecstasy, that's a drug. Like, put you in ecstasy, like get you some your adrenaline rushing and stuff like that, make you think that you're a genius. And then you go be a genius again the next day and not use proper risk management and think you're gonna be making the same amount of money. They're gonna come and they're gonna whipsaw the hell out you. Good thing I got it on live stream. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. But tomorrow, which is Friday, I doubt I'm gonna use like regular risk. I'm probably gonna use a baby just to get into the trade. I'm gonna use a baby risk, um, just to see how NFP moves. It's not the best day to trade. I learned that lesson, but doesn't mean that I can't figure out what's the best way to trade it. Almost hit 130, but basically, if you count the drawdown. That entire move is about 130 pips, and the entire day is about 150 pips. That's an amazing session. And these are around like 50, 100 pips to like 50. I say 50 to 100 pips was gonna be the average once we get out of this summer season and we start trending, which I believe we are now. Um, that's gonna be like on the regular. It won't be those small 30, 40 pip moves and stuff like that anymore. It's gonna be like it'll be 30 plus pip moves for sure. I made breakfast this morning, so I won't be running around trying to make breakfast waiting for the trade. But don't mean I'm probably not gonna be like talking all the time. I'll probably just go on my phone or something like that while we wait for news and I ran out of things to say. But I'm a professional yapper, so like that I run out of things to say. And hopefully price don't move too fast where we won't be able to go ahead and manage the positions properly. I'm gonna still use the trade assistant to see if it wants to work. To see if it's gonna work because I didn't see it working yesterday. 405. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Oh, then I probably got it on the wrong. I'm telling you, every time I get on these mother sickin' charts, they adjust my charts where it's not even. Bro, 455 is where once I go on the 15 minute, it's gonna adjust it, and then all the lines gonna be all messed up. But last year, it would never do this, and I had the same monitor last year. They updated it and they messed it up or something. The lines and stuff will always stay the same no matter what time frame you go to. You will copy and paste it over. Now I'll copy and paste it, it'll be off. Every single time I copy and paste it over, it'll be off a few minutes. Like how? Alright, let's go to the VPS because we are going to execute a trade in the next 30 seconds. FTMO. Um, alright. Let's watch it work, and then we're gonna confirm that everything is executing properly. This looks good to me. And we got 10 more seconds, guys. 10 more seconds and the program is gonna trade itself. Watch this. If you're watching, give it 10 seconds and just look at the screen here. There we go. Wow, perfect. Blur out once I try to show these people the stuff, right? All right, guys, we have our trades executed. We got an ADM kind of open price. We have our buy stops and sell stops to the left of the screen here. You'll be able to see where my arrow was circling. Perfect. And let's see if our TPs is at the right place. Nope, our TPs tried to be at the right place, but we need to subtract the pip from them. They almost had it. Almost had it. So that's going to be 15, 30, and that will land right here, which is going to be, um, yeah. Now I got to subtract a pip from the buy. We're going to modify that there. Stop loss, we're going to take off a pip, which is the second to last number. Modify. There we go. And then we are going to add a pip to the cell. Remember, it's the second to last number. Damn. All right, modify. All right, as you can see, we are no longer on the black line. We are here. You see, these lines are all supposed to be red. Now, I don't know. Over time, I guess the EA is fucking up. I gotta go back to the guy, or I just gotta reset it or something like that. But it's no none of the programs are working properly now. So I guess they erode over time, even though it's the same exact. I don't know. But yeah, I need a few. I need some bread to talk to that dude. So when I got it, I'll go and talk to him. Right. All right. We'll do the same thing over here. Let's subtract a pip off of this, just to account for spreads, guys. Take profit. We're gonna subtract the pip. Turn that to an 8. Modify that. And then we are going to add a pip to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Modify. All right. Let's go down to 5 minutes. Just so you can see a little bit better. Look, and when I move, okay. No, I can't say okay. Look, when I move it, it changes color. Like it's trying. They are supposed to be green, but the line is black. But when I move it, I don't know. Something's going on here that wasn't going on. So it's got the. Let me put in my notes right here. Key level, price alerts, colors are off. You got that kilo price, the colors are off, and then we have the notification slow on VPS or never send via VPS. Then the freehand EA has what was the problem? The pip step trail doesn't follow, and it needs what's the three settings? You got the distance, you have the activation, the distance, and the step. I think it's missing the distance. Needs all three: activation, distance, step. What was wrong with it again? Step trail. It was another thing that was issue with it. Oh yeah, sometimes the what you call it don't execute. Sometimes the opposite order delete function. I wouldn't be surprised if he fucked it up. It's something in the code that makes it like, all right, nigga, every 3 months or every few months, come and get a oil change or some shit. You know how mechanics be. You go to the mechanic shop, they fix one thing and fuck up another thing. The function doesn't work sometimes. And I personally gotta figure out Trade Assistant doesn't work with freehand. All right, like I said, guys, we're not only just trading just to trade, we're trading to get better, trading to make the EA better, trading to make yourselves better. And do. That's why we track everything that we do from psychology, execution, and market activity. 40 messages. I'm gonna have to add all these people when I have the time. All right, guys, this here is for the boring part. All right, you know what I can do here? Let's go ahead and put this there. Hmm. Hmm. All right, here. There we go. We're gonna leave that right there for you guys, just in case it get executed. And in the meantime, we're gonna do some technical analysis. All right, let's yeah. So we almost did that. Go ahead and add this to price action. All right, and then I guess we gotta remeasure it. Oh, turned to 158 pips. Look at that, guys. Amazing, amazing, beautiful day. Beautiful moves. Not a lot of choppiness. Um, yeah, man. Oh, damn it, I forgot how much it was already. 158. All right. Test, 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 test. All right, we're not lagging too bad. Let's throw that there. Exit off of that. Hmm. All right, I'm gonna show you some cool stuff, guys. Let me show you these. This one I think I could do that. Take this, take this. I want this, and I want this, and we're gonna copy these bad boys over. So now instead of doing every single one by one, I think we have like a maximum like 5 that they let us just copy over at the same time. This is not a new thing. I just don't think I just don't think what we went back to. Yeah. Oh no, we were heading back down. We're getting closer to the sell stop now. Yeah. Yeah, I just don't think I was using that function because I was like, I know I used the function on Microsoft Word, but I was like, would that function work on here? Where it lets you select what you call it, different things at one time, multiple things at one time. Say, all right, we could go ahead and measure session one now. No, you know what I did there? I think I moved. That's why I do not like moving the weekly, touching that weekly can. Once you touch that weekly box, it gets retarded. It gets retarded real quick. All right, let's go ahead and figure out what size session one is. Test, test, test. Computer moving slower than that. Oh, well, my bad. Computer's moving slower than a turtle. Turtle. And we'll just adjust it as markets move. So these are not accurate descriptions of what happened in this one. That's from yesterday. All right, let's see if our sell stop get triggered. There we go. Right on the money. Our sell stop has been triggered, guys. Our sell stop has been triggered, and then I'm gonna go ahead and have to figure out what is we got triggered in at 1.14431. Why did I do that? All right, let's go to chat. GB's Tizzy. No, that was my fault. 1.14431. And we got triggered at 812. So at least we know that news is not going to affect our entry and it's just going to affect the outcome of the trade. All right. So second trade is going to be, and what's the size of the second trade? I know I wrote it down. This be killing me. How did these pages move like that? All right, 0.4. All right, guys. Remember, I'm gonna scale in on. I did the wrong thing. I'm gonna go ahead and scale in or put my scale in position on the IC markets account. So we're gonna go ahead and go put new order, and then the scaling size is gonna be, we're gonna use the same one. Do pending order. We're gonna put sell stop, pending order. Since we're in a sell stop, the price is going to be, I got ChatGPT to make the price for me. Well, all the coordinates is gonna make for me, so I don't mess it up. Stop loss just for price buffer. Paste that there. And then the take profit is gonna be the same as the original trade, so it's gonna be 1.14002. I'm gonna place that there. We gotta make sure you're on IC market, so no confusion. You know what? This position is not, you got 15. This is gonna be 15 pips. This is going to be 30 pips, and it'll be 45 pips. What the fuck with my sell stop? Oh my goodness. This is hilarious. Yeah, they got it. It definitely got that shit wrong. We're gonna have our, we got 15 pips. It's gonna be right here. 1.14282. That's for sure wrong. One point four. No, it's supposed to be 10 pips, so it's gonna be this 10 pips. Yeah, 1.14282. 282. That's 1.142. No, let me get 1.1432. 1.14. Yeah, 3002. That's, I need to move it away from, not closer to 1.14302. Modify. Nah, I'm tripping. It was supposed to be 1.14. I am definitely tripping at this point. When it's coming to buy, sell, and those are mathematical equations, it be confusing a nigga, bro. I was right the first time. One pip away is 1.14282. I was right. I for sure was right. 1.14282. That's one pip. Yeah, I was right. Let me double check. Yep, I was right. 1.14282. And then our TP is going to be exactly the same as the other one. Our stop losses are going to also be pretty similar. Yeah, ChatGPT did a horrible job today. All right, and now we are in profit though, guys. Hopefully, you continue moving in profit. Once we get 15% profit, I'm gonna go ahead and move the stop loss to a little bit under the entry price, which is the 80, not the entry price, which is the sell stop location. I believe we got 12 more minutes until whatchamacallit. We got 12 more minutes until news, and then hopefully that news doesn't pivot around and take us out the markets. It just continues to move us lower. As price moves lower, we're gonna continue chilling. So as once price make the first 15 pip move, we'll move the stop loss, and then we're gonna move it every subsequent 10 pip moves, and that's what we have to do manually. I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, way we're gonna hit TP. New way, Jose. Fly. Let's see if that works. Oh, not TP. That's the trailing position. My bad. That's what that means. My bad. My bad. Yes, we are getting closer to where I'm going to get my second entry on my live account. And once I get that second entry, once we do that, we're gonna automatically trail, quickly trail. It has $70,000 in margin. The fuck? What does that even mean? Spreads, as you can see, let me see if I can show you guys spreads right now. Wow. Nah, spreads pretty good. Spreads is doing pretty decent right now. Spreads is pretty decent right now. It's nothing crazy. Nothing crazy right now. Yeah. Usually on my older positions, I would have probably already scaled out, took that little piece of bread and would have felt content, but not this guy. I want it all. I want it all. I want everything. I want everything. All right, we got 10 more minutes until news. Um, you have disappointed me. I'm gonna work out the mathematical calculation to that later. All right. In the meantime, look at this right here. This is made I was doing some analysis last night, and this made my life so much easier. Watch this. Voila. It definitely resized it. It definitely resized it. But that's neither here nor there, right? I wasn't supposed to put it there. I gotta move it again. Hold on. At least I got the lines right. At least I got the lines. I don't have to you see, even the lines are crooked. Alright, hold on. You're embarrassing me right now. Complete embarrassment. Yeah, I get the gist though. You got the gist. I was able to copy multiple things over at one time instead of having to keep drawing them back and forth. This line is way too long. Alright, we're retracing back to our entry. But we could go ahead and, maybe retest the break of at bullish and bearish engulfing. Take this line right here, stretch it across, make sure that it's straight. And then let's place that over. We're gonna put that on 7:55, which is gonna close at 8 a.m. and then open 8 a.m. So 7:55 on a 5-minute chart is 5 minutes. So 5 minutes from 7:55 is 8 a.m. and it's gonna represent this 8 a.m. candle open as well as the 7:55 candle close price. Let's stretch these out some. Yeah, that's exactly what I was telling you guys. Like it just keep resizing the lines and stuff like that. I don't know, bro. I feel like they were like, oh dang, this nigga figured it out. He figured it out. Now let's just make it harder on him. Doesn't matter how hard or whatever. The gist is the gist. Can't take the knowledge away now. You could technically you can trade without even using the chart. It's all math at this point. As long as you know the points, you long in the ADM candle open, you'd be able to trade. You could build everything you need off of that by itself. All right, let's check out. Let's check it out. ADM. ADM kind of open. Ah, my camera. Everything. I'm not gonna get frustrated. I'm gonna get focused. All right, ADM candle open is at 1.14492. That's where we're gonna go ahead and draw it on our charts there. 1.14492. All right, then we could go ahead and what's bullish of 1.14492 is gonna be 1.14592. 10 pips above 1.1414592. Good job, Jonathan. I hope you know that was sarcasm. Paste that. All right, what's next? 1.14392, which is 10 pips below 1.14492. 1.14392. And then what's 5 pips above 1.14492 is going to be 1.14542. If my mathematical is correct. 1.14592. No. 1.14542. Let's see if I'm right. 14.5. Bingo. And then 10 pips below that is going to give us 5 pips below the ADM candle open price, which is going to be 1.14. 1.14452. No, 1.14442, my bad. I got an extra 5 here. 1.14442. And then since we're moving lower, we can go ahead and clone this over and get the next lower price, which is going to be 1.13292. Just subtracting and adding 10 pips, 0.001. All right, then we could go ahead and put our strikes in right now. So we got the 8 a.m. kind of open price. Price decide to move up a little bit. It's always a good indication if we do not fluctuate below this level, but we could always go back. Then we triggered our sell stop. And after we trigger our sell stop, we continued on lower to go ahead and hit our first bearish level, which is 10 pips below the 8 a.m. candle open price. We can go ahead and retest the entry, which we are close to doing, and it's very natural for us to go ahead and retest the 8 a.m. candle open price. We also have some buffer space right here, but this is going to be the danger zone for us. If markets decide to go around these areas right here, we're in the danger zone where we're in the zone where markets can continue the reversal, or we can they'll try to test this level right here, make sure they get everybody stop losses. As you can see, this is also a supporter, a point of resistance, especially when it's non-farm payroll week. They love to run highs and lows, collect a lot of trades for the next day, which is NFP, so they could go ahead and actually put in the full move. So whether we win, lose, or draw, it is we are committed to the position that we are already in. Like I said, we got about 1 minute until 1 minute and 15 seconds until 8:30 news. This is not one of those big news events, so it might not move right at 8:30. It might take some time. Um, might take some time to fluctuate a little bit, but that's neither here nor there. Let's go back to. So we're gonna make sure this is all saved. I don't need this anymore. We're gonna free up the computer power, and then let's go over here, and then let's prepare ourselves to trail if we have to. Let's make sure at least to see if this one wants to work. IC markets is what we're gonna have to keep our eyes out on. Let's see if this is gonna work. And since we are in the position, I can go ahead and let's see if I turn this off and then buy. We're gonna have news released in the next 30 seconds. Um, oh wow, we dropped. Did we? That's 1 minute. We're dropping. We're dropping. All right. Let's see if I take. No. I fucked it up. I fucked it up. My bad. I fucked it up. Come on, we gotta move lower, guys. Once you move lower, there we go, guys. Hopefully we keep that level. We are not trying to lose a position, not trying to make go against us. We'll take a small loss if need be, but we have our first retest. We want to keep that level. We do not want to. Let's see. Let's just get the leg. Come on, come on. First down. I just want to make sure. So if the position is at 1.14442, then my stop loss at 1. 5.2 will be 1 pip. Alrighty. Oh shoot! Let me go back on TikTok. So as you can see, that is 50 pips plus. We retested. We want to hold this level here. I don't want to see markets go anywhere past this level. Anywhere past this level, then we don't want it at all. That's not the type of thing that we want. That's indication of a reversal. No, we will be out of the markets. Right now, spreads aren't horrible, but they're still kind of wide. So if this is 1.14442, let's make sure our stop loss at 1.14522. Modify. Now we got that 1 pip there. Modify. Okay, now we dropping, guys. Let's make sure we got that 1 pip. Hey, I'm on vacation. All right, let's see if we could drop it down low. Let's see if we can hold that level right there, guys. Hold that level, drop down lower. We have four people watching. Okay, as you can see, we are still in profit, kind of. We are trailing now. We're gonna want to trail. When we get to this next level right here, we're gonna trail our stop loss right in between in profit right here, and then we're gonna keep trading it every time it moves 10 pips until hopefully it reach over there. Either hit TP or if it hit stop loss. Now, right now we're just fluctuating between the first 10 pips below and then the second 20 pips below. In between that 10 pip range, we are up what 1500 on the FTMO and about $30 on the live account. Since we have a trading position, we have two positions on the live account. It's about it evens out a little bit. A little bit of a drawdown. Come on, let's go to the next level. Let me go move my head out of the way of the YouTube live stream so you guys, oh shit, so you guys can see. All right, that should be better for you guys, right? Mm, 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 mm. Do, 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 do. This is the waiting game right here. Well, now wrong pipe. Ah, damn! I gave you guys both my phones, so I can't doom scroll. If you guys have any questions, you guys can ask questions. I guess. Bored as fuck. See if anybody asks me anything. I'm gonna end up following everybody. If you guys are on the live stream, want to ask questions, ask questions. Right now, I'm trading a EA that I created. Right now it's supposed to be fully automated, but over time, I guess some issues started popping back up. I'm gonna have to try to make some money to go ahead and bring it back to the programmer and see what errors I can fix, what updates I can make. But right now, it is perfect for execution. It executes my trades. Instantly in less than a millisecond. That's all that I really need, and I can manage it myself. If you just use static stop loss and take profits or ATR based trading stop, it will work properly. It worked properly today. Just you just want to manage it and make sure that everything's working tip top shape. Um, Other than that, I'm trading two accounts. I have my FTMO account, so I pay for the highest FTMO that you can get. I got the 200K account over here, and then I have a live account where I turned $111 to 36 or $37 yesterday. So I made about like a $400 profit. And then I'm using the same trading method today. So it's two trades. I scale in at a 1-to-1, and I'm trying to get out at a 3-to-1. Um, so yeah, that's what it is right now. We are about like $2,000 in profit with the FTMO, and then we are up about $40 with the what you call it, with the live account, with the live account. So yeah, yep. And what we're trying to do is just trying to trail a stop loss. Either we're gonna hit TP or we're gonna hit stop loss. Right now, we are at closer to break even. I gave it a pip room, a space. So I'm willing to lose. Probably gonna lose if for the live account. I'll lose the scaling position. That one's gonna be a full loss. And then I'll probably lose a little bit on the original position, but that's all right. We're gonna end up tomorrow. We'll still be in the markets, still gonna have opportunities. And then we know how to flip $100. So if we go down to $100, we'll be able to bring it right back up to 500, no problem. And also if today's a losing day, remember the more losses or the more losing day we do have, the higher the odds that the next day is going to be a winner. So yeah, it's up to the markets now. To the markets now. We hit the second level. We made a retest. If we retest twice, that's what would be a danger zone as well that indicate that we might reverse. But it's up to the markets to do what it do. I'm just trying to, talk so we have something to do in the meantime. And we retesting any second now. We've retested. There. Supposed to get a notification, but all right. So that's we're on a second retest. Now we're in the danger zone of it reversing even further. Just wait for it. And they could do whatever it wants. I think I want to leave the position open until 12 o'clock. Not to say that the live stream is gonna go until 12 o'clock, but markets could usually, what, 10 minutes past it's 8:30? We got plenty of time, bro. Plenty of time. Let's go to watch this. Once I get off this, it's gonna try to move. But let's go to TradingView and go ahead and update the charts as markets are moving. And then remember, we are also collecting data. We want to watch how markets move in real time, which is better than just back testing where they give you the completed candles. When you watch the markets move in real time, you're able to see actually what's going down, and then be able to build, I would say, what did I say, not cause and effect, step by step trade management instructions be based off what you've been seeing, and then based off market activity, if markets do this, market likelihood of that happening, so on and so forth. And that's what I've been saying as well. So it's always good to watch it play out. You see when it's loading like this? Once it loads up, it reshifts the chart and it's no longer on the right time stamps and nothing. And they making me pay monthly for that, so they're gonna have to come and answer to me. So what happened here is we went and no, not a green dot. No, no, no. No, 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 no. What happened here is we went and we tested this level right here. And then we retested this level over here. And then we're supposed to retest this level and continue moving lower. If we go ahead and retest, if we attempt to retest this level, that will be a confirmation of a reversal. And I don't want nothing to do with that. The odds of it continue moving lower is higher. Now, if we went here and then we retested this level while my stop loss was over here, that would have been fine. But when we go do a 1-to-1, we need markets to continue moving because our stop loss is going to be at break even. We need to secure ourselves because we do have lots of 1-to-1s. This is a 1-to-1. This is actually a 2-to-1. No, this is 10 pip move. Yeah, boom, 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 boom. All right, cool. This is 1-to-1 in terms of our trade. Yeah, And then we need markets to continue moving this way because we will trail our position to protect ourselves. You get what I'm saying? Because we see all the time markets get over here and then go ahead on and reverse backwards. So it's in the long term, it is protecting the capital. In the short term, it's gonna be a small loss, but as long the gist of the markets is to stay in. It's never you're never thinking on one individual trade. You're thinking about 5 to 10 trades in the future. 5 trades, we do 5 trades a week, so 5 to 10 trades in the future. That's how we think. And then that will protect your capital from doing too much on one trade. Yesterday I had to do too much on one trade because I had to. It was either make it or break it. But when you have like a decent like FTMO, I would never do something like that. You get what I'm saying? But when you have a decent account, you don't have to do that. But if you're over leveraging, then I don't have a problem with you doing what you have to do. But you cannot feel any type of way if you blow the account. When you over leverage, you have to accept the fact that you blew the account. Especially when you're trading here, you have to accept the fact that it's possible to blow the account. And then now, okay, we tried to reach below. This is a good sign for me. It's about 15 seconds before the 15-minute candle close. It can show some signs of rejection on the first bearish level, which is 10 pips below the 8-day candle open. We wanted to go to the second bearish and continue on further. A retest, like I say, a retest of the line of the previous line is a very healthy, very natural breathing room, a move. As you can see, the we did close bearish. We're in the middle of the first bearish line, which is 10 pips below, and the second bearish line, which is 20 pips below. Very healthy. We are in a downtrend. Hopefully, the bearish momentum continues on. We don't need too much. We're not asking for too much, but if we can go in lower, we'll go lower. And then it doesn't seem like the news was that volatile today. Mm, so yeah. Hopefully we could get it to move another 10 pips. Once we get it to move another 10 pips, we will be in profit and wouldn't be too much in the we won't be drawdown and stuff like that. We'll be in profit on FTMO because I scaled in that one. We'll be in a small drawdown still, basically. Come on, test that level. Test, test the level. If it wants to test the level, wants to test the level, doesn't test the level, it's up to the markets. I'm just trying to give you guys some commentary about what's going down. If it wasn't for you, if it wasn't for this, I probably would have been playing Call of Duty or something like that. It's a lot less nerve-wracking. So we back to 2 grand profit on the FTMO. But it could either continue going to profit, it could get out of profit. It's whatever. The real excitement is going to be NFP tomorrow, where I'm gonna trade half the size of the position just because I don't like not trading certain days. I don't have no problem not trading bank holidays now because I know bank holidays just okay. So we topped the level. So now we're a lot more healthy, guys. It's a lot more healthy for us here. We tap this level right here. Now I do not have any issues. Now I do not have any issues with going ahead and putting some of the positions to above the entry price. Yeah, I'm putting above the entry price anyways. You're mad scant. Something. All right, there we go. And if you decide to do whatever you want to do, that's your business now. Right, all right. We look like we gonna melt a little bit more for us. This is a good confirmation that markets want to continue rallying down lower. And we will let it rally down lower if it wants to. We're just gonna continue to trail our position. Now we are in profit about $100 on the live. Okay, there we go. We're dropping, guys. Let's drop. We're dropping, guys. Let's drop. If we could go ahead and touch the next level, we're going to trail the position 10 more pips once we touch this level right here. But we do have support down here. We're gonna have to break that support if market is gonna want to continue moving lower. We're up 115 on the live account. We're up about 3 grand on FTMO. This is probably a pretty good day. Can't complain. Can't complain. Come on, it look like it wanna break. It wanna push down. So it's whatever the markets want to do, guys. All right, like I said, we confirmed that. We could go ahead. I seen double taps happen before where markets come back over here and then move back down. But it is whatever the markets want to do. This is a good confirmation that I want to continue lower, and we have plenty of time throughout the day today. Today might be a long one. Today might be a long live stream, so hold your horses. Uh, And then I think we have about 10 more minutes before this candle go ahead and want to close this 15. Oh, this is a 5 minute candle. This one closed already. So we're on the next 5 minute candle. And we are trying to move lower. Yeah. So the most difficult part is this area right here. This is not like a profitable move as of yet. Not until we get over here that we get into a profitable move. Um, and then we need a lot of momentum for us to get out of that little what you call it, to get some real profits and stuff like that. A lot more momentum than that. Yesterday we had all the momentum in the world. Today like we got a little bit of a pushback. We got a little bit of pushback. But markets could get from point A to point B in so many different ways. But that's a good thing that I said that markets can get from point A to point B in so many different ways. But with this MagnOpus trading grid, you actually understand that markets can't actually go from point A to point B in specific ways. It actually has a pattern on how it moves, and that's how I am doing my trade management. As you can already see, I already basically told you guys the pattern, right? So instead of looking at support and resistance, right? Which markets can respect support and resistance if it want to respect support and resistance. We're looking at price over time, which is speed. You divide distance over time, you get speed, right? So what I'm doing is I'm dividing price into intervals of 10. So each one of these represents 10 pips, right? Because I trade at a specific time, which is 8 a.m., which is 8 a.m., I'm actually trading per hour, right? So I understand that over over 12 hours of time, markets can move a bare minimum of what 20 pips on in range, right? So that's where you get the initial first 10 pips bullish and the first 10 pips bearish. But by minimum, it's either gonna hit this line or that line, guaranteed every day without a doubt. But if it wants to continue moving, we can go ahead and scale the distance. So it doesn't matter what time frame you're on, it doesn't matter how fast the market is moving, these intervals are gonna stay the same. Exactly. It's another thing I want to add that when you're on TradingView and you're changing time frames and you're zooming in and zooming out, it's a optical deception about how far markets is moving. But if you keep this range, doesn't matter if you scale in, scale out, 10 pips is always going to be 10 pips. Okay, but let's put that to the side, right? So I've noticed that when markets move 10 pips, which is the average minimum, it's going to do something like this. So it'll move 10 pips, it'll retest. Or it can move 10 pips, move 10 pips again. Or it can move 10 pips, retest, and then indicate a reversal. So this is a signal that it might reverse. If it moves another 10 pips, that's a confirmation that it is reversing, and it'll continue that way. Or because markets fluctuate, it can move 10 pips, reverse, and then this is probably a pause. You could call it a pause, or just markets breathing, wiggling around, and they'll continue 10 pips. Now, since all of these increments are 10 pips or 5 pips, if you divide 10 by 2 is 5, this is where you get your risk reward. So if I have let's say for example, I have a trade right here and I have my stop loss here. If this is 10 pips and that's 10 pips, that's a 1-to-1, that's a 2-to-1, and so on and so forth. So not only are you tracking price in increments, you can also base your entries and exits perfectly based on risk reward. So if I have my entry here, if this line is already, I know it's 10 pips and my stop loss is over here, then I know I have a 1-to-1, I trade it 2-to-1, and then since market moves in intervals of 10, you can go ahead and trail it by a reward. So if I'm trading every 10 pips, I'm locking in another reward. I'm locking in another reward, and everything is proportionate. You get what I'm saying? And since I'm trading at a specific time, I'll know that I'll be able to track it. Then after a while, you could take the entire range right here, and you divide it by 12, and you can see how many pips market moves per hour. You get what I'm saying? And then you'll be able to say, okay, markets, this was fast, this was slow, this is based on the average, so on and so forth. If I bring out this right here, which I'm working on, which is going to take me a while because it's so many, it's not so many variations. I limited markets to a set amount of variations, but let me show you guys. The plan. No, 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 no. It's the playbook. Exactly. So now, since I put markets in increments, now it's only a set amount of moves markets can actually make. And then you can track those moves. You can see which ones are profitable, which ones aren't profitable. And then you can see how you're gonna trail your position, where you're gonna place your stop loss, where you're gonna place your where you're gonna place your take profits, and then you could go ahead and back test and see how markets move based on those back tests data and information, and build trading strategies. So that's my little rant while we were in profit. Now we went back. Now we are, I like whenever price hits that in the middle line, I will say that it's an indication that it might continue. It's not the biggest indication. I'll say it's a 50-50 chance that it'll continue. But once market hit that 10 pip line, then you be like, all right, that's a stronger indication. That's why I only use the 5 pip lines within the first two levels, whether it's bullish or bearish. The rest of them, I'm only looking for 10 pip moves. When you start putting that 5 pip lines, you're getting too much information. A computer probably could assimilate the information better, but like a human is, I can do it, but it's easier just to once we leave that first 20 pip range, you don't need to use that anymore because markets, especially since I trade at 8 o'clock specifically for the fact that that's where the most volatile news are gonna come, New York session, volume's gonna come in, and then I'll know that it'll get to point A to point B faster. Instead of I used to trade at 5 a.m., but then you have too much time for markets to fluctuate before news actually gets into the markets. So why not shift it 3 hours and to 8 a.m. and then be closer to when news is. I try not to do it at 8:30 because that's exactly when news is. Sometimes the market is too volatile, it moves too fast for you to get into the markets. So you go ahead and get out. Right. So I can't move my stop loss until I get over here, and our stop loss is currently right here, right? Since our risk reward is actually 15 pips, 15 pips again is over here, and you can see how my stop loss. All right, watch this. So this is my entry. This is my stop loss. Markets move 15 pips. My stop loss move 15 pips. Market move 15 pips again. The stop loss move 15 pips, and then we'll have like a 10 pip profit. And then when you decide to go back, they can. And usually markets test these lines right here. You see how it does this retest? It'll test the line and it'll buffer a little bit around here. Once you get to this in the middle line, the odds of it going back down or back up is 50-50. We don't like that. So we put our stop loss maybe 1 pip above that level so it could fluctuate a little bit and then move. You got to give it space to breathe. I like this move right here. Now markets have this entire range right here to breathe. And if we want to continue lower, it can. If we want to go back this way, it can. We are not gonna make any losses on FTMO. But since I trailed, since my trailing for my live account is right here, this probably is. I'll give it another test before I trail anything else. So yeah, guys, we're currently up $2,600 on 2,600 on FTMO, and then on my live account, we are. I think I could have my live account here too. Nah, this is not my account. This is I thought it was. That's my demo account on the when I try to make YouTube videos. So let me show you guys in a second. Live account up $110. 110. Uh, so last week we had a horrible days. So I guess they're trying to pay us back from the hell that it was giving us. It was giving us hell. And I'm trying to figure out, not only am I trying to work on like moves like that, I'm also trying to time the markets as well. There's gonna be a average time markets do these moves. If you look at a large data set, and if you know the average time, then you know, okay, if markets stay doing this bullshit for this amount of time, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and close the position, or I'm gonna trail the stop loss, so on and so forth, because the odds of it continuing on, all right, the odds of it continuing on is probably gonna be lower, right? Like I said, we do have support right here that is gonna affect the markets from just dying down. Now, markets can do whatever they want. Markets can respect support. Markets don't have to respect support, but it is there though. We'll see what I want to do. But if we come back and touch this line, I no longer have confidence in this move anymore. That it's gonna continue on that wave. Now, my confidence doesn't change the trade management, but it definitely not that good, not a good sign. But I've definitely seen markets pivot like 3, 4 times before. So it is up to whatever the markets want to do at that time. So yeah, I do have the live stream link in my bio. I have my Instagram. I have all my information if you want to contact me in my bio. I do have a Discord. If you look at all my TikTok videos, you'll see a lot of information. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, because this is my number one thing that I do. I'm happy to answer questions and stuff like that. More than happy to. So the way that I trade at the same time every day, one strategy, one way. And I do technical analysis mathematically. I do not go on charts to figure out whether it's bullish or bearish. I do not go on charts and look at support and resistance, trend lines, chart patterns, candlestick patterns. I don't use Fibonacci. I don't use any trading tools. The only thing I use is price and time. Those are the only things that I use. That's the only thing that you have, because all these other tools that you use and stuff like that only use price and time. They're just different mathematical calculations on price and time. And then all the other stuff like candlesticks and trend lines, they're subjective. The problem that I was having when I was learning how to trade forex was that I wasn't able to draw the trend line exactly the way that person was doing it. I wasn't able to this bullish. I thought it was a bullish engulfing, and then to them it wasn't a bullish engulfing, or I didn't think it was a bullish engulfing. You know what I'm saying? There was no hard set rules to the way that they were performing technical analysis. And another thing, the most important thing that I hated about, or that I knew that these niggas was doing BS, or that I didn't like about technical analysis that I learned on YouTube, was the fact that they'll just go on a chart and then do technical analysis. They'll like find a double top, a double bottom, and they will never tell you, they'll never look at the bottom of the charts and be like, that double top happened at 2 a.m. in the morning. There was no way that you possibly could have caught that trade because you were sleeping. That's what led me into the way that I do technical analysis now. Timing. I decided that First, I decided that, okay, since markets open from 5 p.m. To 5 p.m. to 5 p.m. is a day, right? Markets open at 5 p.m. So the next 5 p.m. is 24 hours, right? I decided from 5 a.m. Well, from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. That's the session. This is this session right here. I'm not gonna trade this. I'm gonna be sleeping. Now I know in Eastern Standard Time I could wake up to look at the markets at 5 a.m. all the way to 5 p.m. I'll just dedicate those 12 hours to be looking at the markets. That's why I know I could actually execute a trade, right? That's how I got these two sessions right here. This is 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. This is 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. And like, this is gonna be the time that I'm trading. This information is irrelevant. It's not possible for me to look at any trades that happen in this session because I'm sleeping. You can't trade in your sleep. So that nullifies the information there. So I started focusing on information that was in this session. Okay, you got the New York trading session, you're awake to trade, so on, etc. And then I was like, all right, cool. Now what? Now what happens? What pattern can I find in that session? I started finding bullish engulfers and bearish engulfers. Then I figured out that bullish engulfers or bearish engulfers were relative to the person that's looking at it. I defined it for myself. It worked for a little while, but it was a lot of things that in my technical analysis and my education I needed to learn before I was able to trade something like that. Then I just started getting some more analytical. Now I started measuring the moves. And then the next thing I noticed that people on YouTube were doing was that they would be like, okay, you could catch this trade is 100 pips. They'll draw, they'll draw up their stop loss, their entry, their stop loss in a TP, right? And they're like, yeah, the TP is like 100 pips away or 80 pips away. Not until I started measuring how price moves on a daily basis that I realized it's not realistic on a day-to-day basis to catch 80 pips or 100 pips on Euro USD. It doesn't move like that. Now, is it possible to catch 100 pips or 80 pips on Euro USD? Yes, it is possible. How possible is it? Maybe once a week, twice a week, depending on the season, whether you're in summer, whether you're outside of summer and stuff like that. Then like, okay, if I can't catch these ridiculous moves every day because I'm gonna go to the markets every day and try to trade, what can I catch? Then I figured out that on the bare minimum, whether it's news, whether it's a holiday, bank holiday, or whatever, Euro USD between the times of 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. is gonna give you a minimum of a 20 pip move, a 20 pip range move. That's what I seen. Like it was like a bank holiday, like 4th of July or something like that, where banks are closed, liquidity is down, markets moved. That was like the smallest move in the entire year. I looked at the data for the entire year, and that was the smallest move. I said, okay, if this is the smallest move, if I make my trading range at 20 pips, I know I can catch 20 pips every single day, guaranteed. Or I could trade within the 20 pip range, guaranteed. Now that allows me to trade Monday through Friday with realistic expectations. That's why I started off with the partial close where all right, I'm gonna trade within this range of 20 pips realistically, and that's what markets did. Every single day it will move 20 pips or more. Now, if some days will move 50 pips, some days will move 100 pips, and then I will miss out on the move, but I was focusing on your bread and butter because when everybody's chasing those big moves, because when markets give you that big move, fear of missing out is gonna make you try to catch it the next day. When everybody's chasing those big moves, I stayed with my little 10 pips. I stayed with my 5 pips consistently. Then I'm like, okay, now I'm consistently winning. I became a consistently profitable trader. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm like, all right, now how can I extend this out? Because I'm not losing money, but I am leaving money on the table. And then I started building a hybrid system where I'll scalp for the initial move, and then I would let it trail for the other move. And then that was working where I had like a consistency. I would win like my win rate was like 80 to 75%, so on and so forth. And then okay, now then my strategy my technical analysis got better. My assimilation of information got better. And then now we are where I'm at now, where I don't even before I was trying to figure out whether we're gonna go bullish or bearish, and then I realized that okay, as a human being, right? You have what they call that directional bias. So if you're looking at the charts or whatever, you're trying to figure out what direction market is going, and you say, all right, market is bullish. You have now locked your brain in to only see bullishness. And I'm gonna show you how that works in real life. Let's say you ever wanted a dream car, not a Lamborghini or something that you don't see every day. Let's say you wanted a Range Rover, right? You start looking up Range Rover, that's your dream car, you want to buy a Range Rover, Not until you started looking up the Range Rover and stuff like that did you start, when you're driving, you started noticing Range Rovers all the time now. You never noticed that car that many times. You did see it sometimes, but not until it was something that you was focusing on did you start seeing it all the time when you're driving. That's what that bias comes in. So now in trading, if you think it's bearish, your brain is gonna assimilate that information as bearish, and you're not gonna see the market moving bullish against you. So I was like, all right, I can't have directional bias because sometimes I'll be right, sometimes I'll be wrong. So I'm like, okay, let me let the markets tell me what I do. So as you can see, if you watch in the morning, I'll have I use the 8 a.m. candle open. We are definitely in profit. I gotta trail my stop. Give me a second. All right, let's go ahead and put that there, guys. All right, we are officially profitable for today. Look at that, markets is melting for us, guys. Penny dropper. 2 days in a row, guys. Come on. Let's get it, guys. Let's get it, guys. Let's get it, guys. Let's get it. We're officially profitable for today. We don't got to worry about losing the trade or anything like that. We don't got to worry about Jesus Christ. Yikes. Come on, come on. If you tap this line, I'm going to move the stop line. Stop loss. I need a tap of the line. Come on, you got to tap the line, baby. Got to tap the line. You got to tap the line for me. Got to tap it. So look, we're watching markets. We're not making any decision until market has moved a full 10 pips. You don't have to make any decisions. Now we could lock in, we could be greedy or whatever like that, but being greedy is going to leave money on the table. So do not be affected or alarmed on how the markets move. Let the markets fluctuate. A candle that is not closed is not valid information yet. So a candle, if the candle isn't closed and it looks bullish, it can turn bearish in a second. You get what I'm saying? And if you made a decision because a candle is bullish, you're already out the market. So I do not make any decisions unless the candle want to touch the line or it closes. So yeah. So yeah, where was I with that information? Okay, yeah, the directional bias, right? So let me go back to and I'll leave it over here because I still, as you can see, this is the mathematical calculation of the grid that I was drawing. I don't like when I do that. She be trying to focus on my hand. We go over here, right? So the black line right there represents the 80 candle open. Every red number that you see is 10 pips subsequently down. The green lines is 10 pips up. And then we have the pink line right there is going to be our buy stop. And then we have a, no, the blue line, right? The blue line appears our buy stop. The pink line is our sell stop. So when markets open at 8 a.m., my EA places a buy stop and a sell stop. 5 pips above, well, now it's 6 pip to account for buffer. But it's 6 pip above, 6 pip below. It's really supposed to be 5 pips, but because your broker is gonna put spread on your account, you wanna account for spread, so it's 6 pip just to account for spread and not get tapped out of the markets. Um, what I was gonna say. So I have those buy stop and sell stops around the 80 candle open price. Now I'm gonna let price touch either or. If price want to go down, it's gonna activate the sell stop. If price want to go up, it's gonna activate the buy stop and the E8. Okay, yeah, my bad, guys. I gotta say I work on boats and I did lose 2 of my fingers on the boat, so ignore that. What you call it? So yeah, so if price hits the buy stop, it's gonna delete the sell stop so we don't get into a hedge position. If price hits the sell stop, it's going to delete the buy stop so we lock into the direction. This allows the markets to tell us what direction that it wants to move in. This eliminates directional bias. Now you're in the markets based off what the markets want to do. Remember, markets is going to tell you where it's going to go. You don't tell the markets. You don't move the markets. Nothing that you can do can affect the markets. You have to ride the wave. And then once you delete your directional bias, a lot of the errors that you're going to make in the markets based off what you want to see is going to be eliminated. So what I really do when I'm doing technical analysis and when I have my trading is I'm eliminating all of the unnecessary possibilities that the markets can make, eliminating all the unnecessary errors that the markets can make, and I'm restraining markets to a set amount of moves that it can make, a set amount of range that it can move, and a set amount of time that it can move within. Now Now I have a now you I can really okay extrapolate and identify all of the possibilities in the markets. There's nothing that the market could do that can surprise me anymore. You get what I'm saying? It's gonna move 10 pips bearish, it's gonna move 10 pips bullish. It's gonna reset, it's gonna reverse. It's gonna move this amount of range, it's gonna move that amount of range. I can trail my stop loss, I could pull up my I could trail my stop. The only thing I probably do is trail my stop loss, right? I control my stop loss while markets is moving, or I can let it hit my stop loss while it's moving against me. You know what I'm saying? And then all of these actions are predefined. You get what I'm saying? You don't want to go. But the number one thing that ruins a lot of the trading is that you go into the markets and you're afraid of what's gonna happen next. If you know all the possibilities of what's gonna happen next, you'll be a lot more calmer to let the markets fluctuate, let the markets do what it do, than trying to guess or trying to figure out what the market's gonna do, because the market's gonna do what it's gonna do regardless, anyways. And nothing that you can do about it. So yeah, that's my little rant on that. Yeah. So the only thing, the really thing that I really like about the EA, which it does, is that it can execute the buy stop, the sell stop instantly in a millisecond. It can manage positions and it can do mathematical calculations that a human can't do without the errors that a human is doing. So even though I didn't know how to trade, sometimes if you put one number wrong, you put a three instead of a four, or you forgot a number or whatever, you could blow your account. You could mess up your expectancy. You could lose a winning trade. You get what I'm saying? Just a human error. You're on the calculator and you're trying to figure out where to put your stop loss or your TP, and you put a number wrong. That's the difference between $10 and $100, $1,000 and $100,000. You get what I'm saying? It's the difference between you getting in the trade or you never getting in the trade at all. You get what I'm saying? So if you let the computer algorithm do it, the odds of it making an error is gonna be a lot less than the odds of you making that error. So that's another little tidbit. It's just this, so that's the best thing about the EA right now, is they're able to execute those trades for me instantly. Because when I used to trade manually, sometimes the markets give you time to get into the markets. Like I say, if you have news at 8:30, it'll probably get into the markets 15 to 30 minutes after the 8 can open. But sometimes once 8 o'clock comes, markets move 5 pips in 2 seconds. And you will not be able to put your buy stop and your sell stop, your TP and your stop loss for both trades, as well as the lot size for the trades. Nah, you're not doing that fast. So that's the only thing. Speed is another good thing about it. Yeah. What else I could talk about? Let me go get something to drink because I'm getting parched. So right now, markets has officially closed below that structure right here. Let me see if I can show you on the 15 minute, because that 1 minute is confusing you. Market has now closed below, right? The only thing I don't like right here is where my I don't like where my thing is at, but it is where it is what it is, right? Market had broken close below this support level, and then it might try to retest that break and close. But like I said, it could respect, it don't have to respect. It's up to the markets, right? And my trade management is based on how markets is moving, so we're gonna let markets do what it have to do. Alrighty, alright. I just need to touch at this level right here. We touch that level, man. That stop loss getting trailed. Let's try to stop loss. Then we'll be 10 more pips until well, 9 more pips until we hit TP, and we'll be out the markets for the day, guys. And that's perfect right here. We just need to retest the support level, and then maybe markets go ahead and go down lower. As you can see, man, it was ridiculous. I don't know what geopolitical news that was going on, but for a euro, we was paying $1.17 for 1 euro. I live in Turks and Caicos. We're a British overseas territory, so a lot of our young kids, like the ones that are in college and stuff like that, they go to school in UK, and they make money in euros and they pay school in euros. So your parents are trying to pay school for you, and they're paying almost 20% on the dollar. So when they're paying $1,000, they okay, my bad, talking too damn much now. I don't like trading stop loss right now, bro. It's not efficient. somewhere around here, right? Yeah, somewhere around here. All right, then let's go back to technical analysis, right? Wait a second. Sharp. Let's double check it. So what happened is we have now dropped down 10 pips to the next level. Now we could go ahead and retest this level. Let me double check. If I clone this, 1.14092 is the next level. 1.14092. Paste that. Paste that. Okay, we have touched this level as well. Now we gonna check for that retest. If we retest and we retest too fast, if we retest too fast, it's not really too good of a news. So we gotta be around. So that's gotta be around 1.1424 something. Double check if I'm in the right spot. Yeah. 1.1424 something for sure. Yep. We got the right spot here. We just need one more level, guys. One more level. One more level. One more level. And then we are gonna clear TP and we'll be out the markets. I need you guys to blow on the screen so that the markets could go down. I'm joking. You ain't gotta do that. Joking. And I got I'm gonna work on that playbook when I get off here. I have when I was back testing, I got a lot more information, a lot more new insights that I want to implement. I'm gonna explain all those new insights as well. When I finish the playbook. Playbook is gonna be important for you guys. Probably try to make it an ebook or something like that that you guys download. And I'm probably gonna try to redo my videos to be a little bit better quality. Prepare, take my time with the preparation, execution of them. For me, I'm a professional procrastinator, so I have to like if I try to plan it, it will never be perfect. So like let me just get it out, and then once I get it out, I can redo it all the time. And then crazy enough, we started putting out content like I'll do like one take. Or, putting out content, sometimes it was more than one take. And then one of them motherfuckers went viral. They right now it's on my account with like 53,000 views, like 1,000 plus likes, 1,000 plus saves and stuff like that. And then other ones will started rolling in 9,000. I'm like, what the fuck? Like in Turks and Caicos, nobody understands this, bro. Nobody understands. Like there are some traders, but I wouldn't call them traders. They're more like gamblers. But and then I don't know. Then you got probably other some traders that's just not out and about in the public with it. They probably do it in their private life. You're not gonna see them too much. But but yeah, then I was like when I posted it on TikTok, and I don't like to. I'm not a social media person. It went viral. I'm like, damn, I didn't know that many people was interested, and everybody's like more info, more info. So all right, let me just keep posting, and I've been consistent since those days before. I was consistent before it went viral because I was just doing it to do the certain actions to make myself consistent at doing stuff. But yeah, it went, and then now I'm like, all right, now for sure, it's a lot of people they're waiting on the information at this point, and I'm like, okay, if they're waiting on information, let me make sure I give them quality information. I just don't I take my time. But I'm always gonna stay consistent. I'm always gonna give you information. But now I need to take the time on certain videos. I'm gonna try to redo to make sure that I cover all my topics. I articulated myself better because I know that I speak fast. I speak multiple languages. Like I wouldn't say like linguist or anything like that. I speak Haitian Creole, English, and then the dialect that we have here in Jersey Caicos, where I have all of that, and then I have an American accent. I want to say I have a Haitian accent, and then I have a Turk accent, and you mix all that up together. Turks people, and like every Turks, Jamaicans, Bahamians, when they speak, a lot of the words they just jumble them up together. You get what I'm saying? And they abbreviate a lot of the words. And that's how I end up speaking with a mixture with American accent. And now I would watch back my videos and I'm like, what the fuck did I say? You get what I'm saying? And it's like I'm mumble talking. So I'm like, all right, let me try to articulate myself better. That's why I have the captions is a lot good. So you guys can read the captions instead of trying to figure out what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I'm gonna take my time when speaking. Because I also when I'm trying to do those 1 minute clips, I'm redoing the videos over and over again because I'm trying to go ahead and get that clip off. You get what I'm saying? I'm trying to yeah, I'm trying to squeeze all the information in 1 minute. So I'm like instead of articulating myself and just fast forward the clip. I just did that on the other video. Just fast forward the clip. But whatever. Yeah. So we just need 15 more pips to the downside and we'll hit TP. It's gonna be 9:30, hopefully. What is that? The stock exchange open at 9:30 or something like that. Hopefully that affects the markets. And we could go lower, but like I said, it's whatever the markets want to do. Markets can do what they want to do. All right, so right now we up what 5,500 on FTMO, and we up $271 on the live account. Yep. And that's what I suggest people do. Whatever you're trying to trade, if you're gonna trade a funded, always still trade live at the same time because you don't. The funded is like trading a demo account. You want to be able to trade a live account so that you have the real life implications of winning and losing a trade at the same time as you do the FTMO account. Even though it's the same trades, it's gonna help your psychology a lot better of respecting money. When you're trading FTMO or you're trading demo, a lot of people don't have respect for the money that's the numbers that's it's just numbers on the screen to them. It's not like real money, but if you put up real money, it's gonna help you respect your trades a lot more. So whether you're trading FTMO or demo, try to trade a live account, whether it's $10, $100. I wouldn't go past $100. $10, $100. If you're making $100,000 or more, then I'll suggest you trade $1,000. You want to trade money that actually makes sense to you, that you probably would respect it if you're not gonna die if you lose it, but you will respect it if you lost it. Like you like, damn, I lost $1,000 doing stupid shit. But if you not now, if $100 ain't nothing to you, wipe your ass with $100 now, you wouldn't care. Yeah, the FCMO account that I have right now, I definitely gotta respect. That's a $1,200 account, and then remember, I gotta pay it in euros. So it was like, yeah, it was supposed to be a thousand something, man. It ended up being almost $1,300. Thank God I thank God I got it when the euro was like $1.12. It was $1.17. That shit would have been amazing. And you know the fucked up thing about it? Like I buy stuff from UK, right? I paid in euros, but they'll give me a fucking refund in like if I don't want it anymore, they give you a refund in dollars. And you lose money on the transaction. You never notice those that's why how for I never knew about Forex was just like something that was on the computer. I was trading Forex, but I never knew the real life implications of Forex until I started buying and getting refunds in euros and like what the fuck? That money just disappeared. They just, like what the fuck? So you telling me if I paid $120 for this and then I want my money back, um, you give me $100? Get the fuck out of here. Or if something costs $100, €100, I gotta pay you $120. Fuck out of here. Yep. It looks like market is consolidating right now in between these two ranges right here. I'm fine because we tapped this range right here, so it's more likely that it's gonna continue lower. We can definitely retest one more time. I wouldn't like to see that. Um, but if we could go ahead and try to touch it, we don't even have to touch that. Like we need to touch my TP right here. That's why you trail. I'll give you guys a quick explanation on the one of the most profitable things that I've done so far is accounting for spread in your position. You don't okay, let's say you did back test or you have a position, right? Whatever you was trading, and you do it exactly to the number. That's a big mistake, and that's the mistake that I made when I just got into the FTMO and then I was trading and stuff like that. Especially when you're having like tight positions, like 5 pip, 10 pip ranges, every pip counts. So what happens is, sometimes I'll get into a trade. Like I used to trade on my lines, right? So I have a TP here, or I have my entry here, so on and so forth. And because of the spread, just because the price touched that line doesn't mean that's where the broker is going to execute your position. That's what I was noticing. Price will tap the line and then reverse end up being a losing trade. Or Price will come and enter me into the trade and it was a losing trade either way. You get what I'm saying? Instead of not touching me at all, okay, we're tapping the line. That's good. Instead of not touching me at all, it didn't. So what I did is now when I'm entering into a trade, I put the price 1 pip away from the original entry. So that if it enters in the trade, it has to really confirm that I was trying to enter into the trade. But when I'm exiting out the trade, for a take profit, I put it 1 pip closer. So price actually tries to come close and then turn around, I'm already out. And then when I have my stop loss, you gotta put it away because price is something about a stop loss that attract price. It's like price is like attracted to stop losses so bad. All right, guys, we are melting down. I'm going to go ahead and put this over here. We're going to lock in profits. We only got 9 more pips to go. Might as well lock in all the profits that we can. Today's not going to be a losing day for us today. And then we have NFP tomorrow. All right, we got NFP tomorrow. So we let the markets breathe. Markets seem like it want to go back. Even if it do test it, we're not gonna get out of the position. We gotta give it like a 1 pip. We gave it a 1 pip move away. Where am I stop loss at? If this is 1 point, I gotta put it at 1.92. Move it up some. Modify 1.9. Fuck. Oh, I guess 97 is good. My bad. Leave it there. And then let me double check. IC markets. Make sure both of the stop losses are. There you go. Okay, this price is 1.14192. 195. You gotta put it. Just gotta go to 2. There we go. That's 1 pip. Oh, that's 1 pip. And modify. And that's 1 pip. All right, it look like we got some moxie. It look like you got some encouragement to go ahead and try to come back. Like I said, we tapped that. That's all we need. If we want to go anywhere past that, I'm good for today. Good for today. This is the last support level. We already broke this temporary level. We haven't retested any of the levels yet. So if we're finding some support on this level. So the odds that I want to at least make a bullish engulfing is high. But we could, like I said, it doesn't have to respect anything. It is markets. And it could go ahead and at least we wanted to try to touch this major level right here. We could touch that major level, which is I believe the lowest point of yesterday, which is yesterday's low. Yeah, that's yesterday's low right here. If we could go ahead and try to get to yesterday's low, at least make a double bottom, that would be great. But if not, let's say my connection is bad. What the hell? All right, let's see what all of these people are saying. I could see the algorithm. The more people that stays on, the more people they suggest you to. All right. Let me see if I'm all right. We have our updated. All right, like I said, we could go ahead and try to test this level, or we could continue to move lower. Guys, we need the markets to move lower. Ain't nothing that we could do about it in reality, but we would like it to move lower, and then we would like to go ahead and finish some of these. How long did I say? We about almost 1 hour and 50 minutes into the live, and my ass is sweating. All right, that's just a small notification that we went back to that line right here. We're hovering around that line right here, which is 10, 20, 30, 40 pips away from the ADM counter price, which is 35 pips in profit for us, around 35, 30 pips. All right, guys. Remember the way that I trade the same way, the same time every day, Monday through Friday. Nothing changes. The only thing that changes is the way and the direction the markets move and the price action with the markets. I have an EA that execute the trades for me, set my stop losses, set my take profits. If I needed to manage a position, I can, but the setting that I wanted to manage it at, because I figured out a more profitable way to keep a lot more money than I had before. So before I was taking 75% of my position off right here. And now every day I watch them just move. Every day. When it was summertime, it made sense because summertime consolidation and bullshit for sure. But now we got liquidity in markets, it doesn't make sense anymore. So I adjusted it to price action. So when markets move 10 pips, I make a decision. Every time markets move 10 pips, I'm making a decision and following price. And then I know exactly on average whether it's a big trade or a good trade, it's gonna come what 3 to 1. It's basically gonna do a 3 to 1. And then after 3 to 1, the odds of it doing more is less likely. But yesterday it did a 12 to 1 basically, almost a 12 to 1. But the retracement was probably like a 30, 40 pip retracement midway in there, and I had no business to do with that. But I did hit the 3 to 1 take profit, and we could go hit it today. That'll be nice. If we don't, we'll be in profits with both the original position and the trail position. On FTMO, it'll just be almost what more almost a 2 to 1. All we need is we don't even need it to tap. We don't even need price to tap the next bearish level. We just need it to be 1 pip above that next bearish level, and then we'll be out for a TP. And it's always good to let markets go to TP. You don't want to move your TP. Let markets do it what it wants to do. And let me go make the next level. So if this level is 1.14092, the next level below is gonna be 1.3992. Subtracting 10 pips or 0.01. 1.13992. 10 pips a day, keep the 9 to 5 away. Come on, guys. Let's get 10 more pips. I have to change the name of that line as well. I gotta change the title of the line. Paste. All right, guys. Tell the markets to go down so I could get off this live stream. Edit the videos, drop some content. Work out. What I do? Edit videos, do some content, workout. Do some errands that I have to run. Read my books. Listen to some audiobooks. Just immerse myself in information. Anything that could help me is what I'm going to do. Anything that doesn't help me, anything or thoughts that's not going to help me, I'm going to reject. Any things and thoughts that can help me get to my goal, I'm going to accept. I'm not gonna watch no BS. I stopped watching television series and movies and Netflix and all that stuff that's not helping me do anything. Listen to audiobooks. Not I don't listen to rap music. I do listen to rap music. I'm not even gonna say that. Like when I want to get into a mode, I'm gonna listen to rap music. But like for the most part, I try to listen to audiobooks. But if I'm studying and I want to get into like a vibration of focus, then I could listen to like one of my favorite albums. And then once I start listening to that album, I get into one of those frequencies or vibrations where I could actually study for I could look at charts for like 2 3 hours on end doing technical. Now, show you something right quick. Let me quickly show you something. Like yeah. I hope you understand the amount of data that I actually. These all are hand done. Hold on, let me reset it. You see how slow it's moving right now? It's because I have so much technical analysis on this stuff. And I think it's probably better if I go on the hour chart. If I go on the hourly chart, you'll be able to see. I have so much. I've done weeks on end. Every single detail, I've manually done it by hand, one by one, weeks on end. Every single week, every single day, every single hour, down to the 5 minute hour, I've done to analyze and figure out how price moves. This is not a joke. Every single move, every 10 pip, 5 pip move I have analyzed, I've documented, I've watched. And this is a baby chart. This is a new chart. Then you have all the different all the different ones. You got a teaching one. This is my FTMO one. This one right here probably like 3 GB of data. It's not. This is has I have like maybe 2 to 3 years of data that I've manually charted out by hand. If I try to open this one, it's gonna make my computer crash for sure. This one is I'm working out that's how I work out like new strategies or trade management techniques and stuff like that. Then when I'm making like YouTube videos or I'm making the TikToks, then I have one. But yeah, I was the only reason like your TradingView is not supposed to move slow, but the amount of data that I put on that bitch is ridiculous. Now like we're coming back up, we're breathing. It's breathing. Let's go down to the 5 minutes. And it's probably gonna stop me out, which I have no problem with. Profit is profit, but it's breathing. We could go ahead and breathe within this range right here, tap and then move down. If it doesn't want to do that, you know, it don't have to. Yeah, guys. I take this thing very, very, very seriously. But even if you don't understand my technical analysis, just by looking at it, it makes a lot more sense than a lot of these other guys' technical analysis. If you know red means down, green means up, and then blue means reset, and then all these increments are by 10, shit. Then it only will take you about 10 minutes of explanation to be able to read this type of technical analysis instead of what 100 hours of people recording themselves doing straight bullshit until you have figured out your own way to do technical analysis. All the same thing. This is what I was talking about, where markets can go ahead and consolidate in between a range. Well, how much hour? Like 2 to 3 hours. Um, man, that's horrible. Yeah. So by doing this and by analyzing, I know everything that's possible. I just now have to just define what's possible, and then I'll be good. All right. Like I said, we could go ahead and test. We could test the line, but one pip past that, I'm out. One pip past that, sayonara. That's the 5 pip area right here. We can find resistance at this midpoint. It would be nice. I'm leaning like a kickstand. Bro, I haven't set up. That's why after this, when I get rich trading, I'm gonna get one of those stand up desks because I can't. Bro, I'm an athlete. I can't be sitting down this long. I'm probably gonna take a walk, go to the beach. I live on the beach, so it's not like when I say go to the beach, I'm gonna go anywhere far. I'm gonna take 10 steps and be on the beach, get some sunlight. As you can see, I have this bullshit light, bro. Bullshit lights right here, and you're not natural light. I need to get some sunlight. And I don't know, I thought it was cool to make my background black and the rest of my walls are white and stuff like that. I thought this was like a theater area, my trading area, make it black. But motherfucker, it just holds in heat. Holds in heat like a motherfucker. Jesus Christ. It just traps all that heat in. And then I don't know how I need to find these soft lights. These are called soft lights. I had multiple ones. These are the only ones that I didn't throw away. They generate so much heat, it's crazy. You think these little ass lights? It was like nah, and I'm pretty sure I burnt two horizontal lines in my eyes. If the bars are horizontal, yeah, you're looking straight into it. is etched in my eyeball. So I need to find a different light and a soft light, and I don't have to have it directly facing my face. I'm probably gonna put it at an angle where it's just helping me out. That's why I got the light because my background is black, and then I try to do live stream, and I figure out even during the daytime it looked dark because everything is black back there. It do look cool though at nighttime when you're watching movies with the ladies, but not the best idea. See, you guys is probably screen recording or something. Y'all niggas don't wanna engage. Say something. Ask me a question or something. Or were y'all asking questions and I wasn't listening? Oh, say oh my God, say I teach you how to trade without risk and losing your money. You can join my channel. You can suck my dick. Sorry guys, I apologize. My bad. Yeah, at least the thing is, at least if you're gonna cap, at least make it sound realistic, bro. But the sad thing is, even those types of comments and like they'll give you like some unrealistic stuff. People fall for that, bro. Lots of people fall for that. A lot of people fall for that. Nothing I can do about that. But I ain't falling for it. I was never a sucker. Never. Damn it. I kicked my webcam. I needed one of the new USB ports for the webcam. I think this one have a short in it. Or I bent the input in the webcam and the webcam is messed up. Alright, it's back online. So sometimes when you have moves like this where it doesn't look like there's a bullish go for anything like that, for it depends on what time frame you're on, but it depends on how many candles happen that it's also could be like considered a pause. It may not be a bullish engulfing, but it is a halt in price. And a bullish engulfing is also a halt, but with an indication of a change of direction. But either or, markets ain't moving. How low can you go? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Free education. Yeah, I don't want it. All right. All right. They'll be comment. Teach me. Teach me. Nah, I'm messing with y'all. Just follow me on TikTok, and I have all the free education whenever you're ready to learn it. Um, I'll post it on my page. We at 6,000, 6,000, 6,000. Wow. Why I ranted so much in this video, man? I ain't got no more rant left in me. Ain't got no rant left in me. Mm. Let's go down to the 1 minute. Make sure that I at least made everything correct. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We ain't retest over here, so we're good. Boom. Boom. No. Top here. So no. We still holding. Let's get the 15 minute. That's a brief little pause ski. A brief little pause ski. We got 40 more seconds in the 5 minute candle. And what? Nope. And then what? 10 more minutes in the 15 minute candle. 15 is a lot more. The structure in the 15 is a lot more. How do you say it? How do I say it? Dominant? Stronger? Can we get much higher? So high. That's the only thing that sucks about YouTube. They don't let you stream music. They don't let you stream music. I believe the 5 minute candle just closed bullish. And we got 10 more minutes left in the 15 minute candle. This is where the patience comes in. Can't really do anything. I already had breakfast, so I don't want to eat anything. If you guys want to like the live stream, I guess that helps me a lot. That's if you want to like it. Nobody's gonna force you to like it. Nobody gonna force you. That's if you want to give me some likes. Or if you want to like the YouTube, go ahead and like it. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever they be doing. That's a good thing about being a trader and a content creator. That the content is not where I make my money. Content is where I get my information out there. Where I make my money is right in front of your face, right there. So I ain't gotta chuck and jive, dance like a monkey, and do all types of stupid stuff. Not to say that about any YouTubers or streamers or whatever like that, doing stupid stuff for the content money. I got my money right here in your face. I ain't gotta do none of that stuff. No, I ain't gotta wait for you. I ain't gotta wait for YouTube to give me no check once a month or whatever, however long it takes to get a check. Once I get my profits, I can go and withdraw that motherfucker right then and there. Get paid when I want to. I got a withdrawal coming right now. The withdrawal is only gonna get bigger and bigger. Hundred is gonna start at hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, and tens of millions. I want to see what's the biggest withdrawal, forex withdrawal out there. I'm pretty sure they did. I want to say it would be on one of those regular. It got to be like on like one of them big ones, not hedge funds, but like the official ones, like Merrill Lynch or whatever. Not Merrill Lynch. I don't know what type of brokers that do big accounts and stuff like that. J.P. Morgan or something like that. One of those type of people that'll dig you like $10 million withdrawal, $100 million withdrawal. I'm pretty sure they're doing that shit on a daily basis, especially those quants. They doing tens of millions. of profit. I know you guys seen the candle turn bullish a little whiles ago. Like I say, man, don't be worried about what the markets do. Markets gonna do what they want to do. You're just here for the ride. How low can you go? Don't forget to follow me on TikTok. I'm gonna be here tomorrow, same time, 7:45, 7:30. Mm-hmm. There's a big jump down. I guess because we were moving so fast, it need to take a break, catch his breath. Come on, this is one of those time-based stop losses I was talking about. The market is doing something for a certain amount of time, get out the market or not. I just have to prove it in back testing that it's profitable. I just can't come up with it right now. As well as I don't change the way that I do my trade management or the way that I trade midweek, even if it's something I know that's profitable. Just so that I could quantify my trading results for the week, and I know I did the same thing the same way every day. I'll wait till the next week to make any adjustments to my trading and my trade management. Yeah, let's look at the 5 minutes, see if we get some more action. We got 5 more minutes left for the 15-minute candle. 15-minute candle could be a little baby candle like that as well. As you can see, we got small ranges. We're holding that level right now. And holding the level is also like a 10 pip move or bullish or bearish. It has an importance to it. It has an importance to it. It's like a retest or a move higher or lower. Once that one is done, we can expect another move. We can expect another hold, or we can expect a 10 pip move, bullish or bearish. It's up to the markets to do it. But we just gotta wait till we're out of this little consolidation that we're having right here. Usually it will happen like at the candle close. Maybe the hourly candle close will make it do something. Uh, mm, mm, mm. Having hallucinate. Let me not even sing because this is like a digital footprint, and they catch me singing, they gonna clip that. If I become famous, they gonna be clipping. And remember, we go ahead and test that line right above us right here. We go ahead and test that, and in reverse. But if anything else, we'll be out the markets. If it move one pip above that, we're out of the markets. I do not want to see markets move past this 50% level right here, since we've been holding that area for a while now. Hey, I thought you was a Fibonacci. I'm just using it to show you guys where 50% is. I don't want to see it move anywhere in this general area right here. It's danger zone. It could touch it as well, but it don't matter. I mean, take off that God forbidden tool. We got 2 more minutes until the close of the hour. We'll be at 10 a.m. And then also, like, who's making five? Like, when I actually have access to the FTMO account, Who's making $5,000 in or what? Or I get it at 8 a.m., 10 a.m. in 2 hours. Sometimes you can make. Sometimes I could be in and out of position in 30 minutes or less, or an hour or less. And I'm done with the day. Like who's making like 5 grand, 10 grand an hour? There are people that's making that, but who do you know? Or what average person is making that much? Not a lot. Not a lot. That much. I make like 10 grand and I'm done. Done for the day. That's it. Right now, in reality, I am in real time. I'm making still making more than a lot of people are making in their regular day-to-day job, though, for sure. Especially with just $100, I'm able to generate. Where we at? $111. I brought it up to 530, and now we have another $300, around 300, $200 in 2 hours. That's like $100 an hour, right? Or if I make $300 or more, it'd be like $300 an hour, right? I mean, $150 an hour, right? Yeah, I'm making more than the doctor. Am I? So somewhere around there. All right, we got 35 seconds until the 9 a.m. candle close. We are holding 5 pips below that level right here, which indicates that it might want to move to that next level lower. But it might not. So to the markets. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Consolidation. Come on. Take a shit. Take a dump. Take a dump. Why they playing with that level right there? Look at that. Just playing. This is where that 1 pip difference be killing you. Okay. Alright. We taking a dump. We're taking a dump. Come on. Be more. I need you to move more lower. I need you to move lower. Mm-hmm. We're at 2 hours and 17 minutes now. We're up six. We're at floating $6,000 profit, which we should be floating $300 profit on live account. Now we come on, come on. Look like we got some momentum coming in. At least do a liquidity sweep. At least you doing liquidity sweeps on me all of the time. At least sweep the bottoms for me right quick, and then you could pivot all you want. You go to the moon if you want to go to the moon. hmm Should I look up some like copyright free music? I'll probably pay for some music. I'm probably gonna end up licensing music because, or I'm gonna ask my homeboy to make me a beat that I'm gonna just put on loop. Nah, let me go ahead and ask Cyan. He should have some beats because I can't be listening to a fan all day, dog. Shoot, give me some beats and I'll freestyle. Freestyle. Thank you guys for staying here this long, though. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. Appreciate it, even though y'all not liking anything like that. What appreciate the support. Definitely appreciate it. If you're on YouTube and you're watching, appreciate the support. Facebook, appreciate the support. Mm-hmm. Come on, you gotta do something, dog. Do something, man. I'm trying to get off the live stream. Stretching nigga legs. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely get a PS5, dog, because I need something to do ski. I need something to do ski. Come on, make new lows, make new lows, make new lows. 10 more seconds. Don't go back up and don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. In the last 2 seconds, you want to do that? Disrespectful. Absolutely disrespectful. In the last 2 seconds, you want to go ahead and go back above the line. How dare you? Welcome to the land of consolidation. Any minute now, guys. Is it safe to say 14.0? Oh, 1400, that's what the line is? Maybe, yeah, 14.100 is an important line, important level. Safe to say that. Come on, come on, come on, come on. All right, all right, all right. New low, new low. Give me a newer low. A new low. A new low. A new low. We up 6,600. We in Miami turning now. We're not allowed. Bro, if that was real money and I could just withdraw that, I'd be out taking a flight. Taking a flight. Soon, soon come, soon come. All right. Equal lows. Not new lows. Equal lows. Almost equal lows. We playing in micro pips. We're not even playing in pips. We're playing in micro pips. It's not we're ranging between 1 and 2 pips, dog. That's crazy. Actually, it's not as crazy as it sounds. Only when you're in the markets and you have to watch it second by second is it crazy. Equal lows. Are we gonna break the low? Are we gonna go lower than the low? Equal lows again. This is what you call support. Holding that motherfucker up. Equal lows. If we could burst through that, we'll have some momentum. All right, we still up $6,420. A minute and 50 seconds. And I would love you guys to go ahead and watch how markets react when they're about to close the candle. It'll do all types of movement, all types of colors. Green, green, red, red, green, red, blue, black, whatever it want to do. And then once it gets to the last few seconds, all right, let me stop bullshitting. This is the exact candle that I wanted to be the entire time. We're dealing with micro pips right now. Every 5 minutes, we do not move. We move a pip lower, then a pip higher. 2 pips lower, 2 pips higher. For the last hour or so, if that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It's not that long. It's not long as I thought. I'm exaggerating to be. It's like when you at school, bro, when you're waiting for class to end, dog. When you having fun, time fly. You gotta wait. Time. That's time. That's why time is relative, bro. That's why I'm not gonna say I don't believe in time. It's what time is relative. Relative to the person. Right now, like when you're with the love of your life, man, that time flies so fast. When you're in prison, boy, that time creep. But you could count the milliseconds in a second. Uh, this is trading for you. At least you're not in an office. Well, I don't know about you guys. At least I'm not in the office. At least I'm not on the boat trying to entertain white people. Let's be honest. Let's say tourists because I can't say only white people go on boats. At least I'm not on a boat chucking and jiving for people. Not to say there's anything wrong with that. It's just that that's not for me. Oh yeah, yeah. Do you see how you see how it turned into a doji once the candle wants to close? Doji. Doji. At this point, it's just squeezing price into a smaller and smaller range. It's gonna either explode up or explode down. We in the city turning up another notch. Ah, let me fix my. Ugh, mm, fucking scoliosis in this mug. Definitely gonna have to take a walk. Excuse me. Apologize. All right, now it's moving bullish. It's not moving anywhere, bro. Now we got some action. We're going bullish. We're going bullish. We're going bullish. Okay, now we're at 50%, right in between that middle, right in between both of the lines here. Right in between both of the lines here. All right, we're gonna let markets do what it have to do for a second here. Give me a second because let's let markets do what it has to do respectfully.